What's up, Insane Rhetoric? What's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, sister? How you doing?
What's up? What's up? It's all good in the neighborhood. It's all good in the neighborhood. How
You
y'all
gonna
doing? Insane Rhetoric
y'all
listening.
gonna start? You gonna start singing that song? It's such a good feeling to know you're alive.
Hey, I can
A
do
lot of
that
people
for you.
don't. A lot of people don't know about that. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Rogers. You had to come up in a certain era to know Mr. Rogers.
Listen, I can say Mr. Rogers all day long. Y'all want to hear the Mr. Rogers song? It's go on down there and subscribe. While you're in there, go subscribe to the
Follow, follow,
channel
follow, follow,
and then
follow, follow.
follow the yellow brick road.
Yeah,
Okay,
right
so
to Insane Rhetoric. Follow the yellow brick road to Insane Rhetoric.
but listen, y'all want me to sing the Mr. Rogers song? Uh, y'all go ahead on.
You remember the letter people?
The who?
The letter people. You remember the letter people song?
What's the letter people song? Wait a
You don't
minute,
remember the letter people?
I don't
Come
know.
and meet the letter people. Come and meet the old families. Words are made of letter people. A, B, C, D, follow me. You don't remember that letter people?
Listen, y'all, we keep telling y'all one day we're gonna tell y'all how we met. But listen, y'all, why both of us up here singing these children songs?
Hey, that was instrumental. Shoot, it made a lot of people smart and intelligent. Shoot, you knew how to use letters and numbers.
Yeah, cause okay, I'm not gonna talk about people's children today.
I will. How about one of my favorite words, retarded?
Now you got how many times I gotta tell you can't say retarded? How many times I
I
gotta
can
tell you
say
you
whatever.
cannot say retarded?
Retarded, retarded, retarded.
No, you can't say
It is a
retarded.
medical condition. Period.
No, they
So it
don't
is
use retarded.
factual. It's
What
factual.
they don't use retarded anymore.
Just because
They
they don't use it don't mean that it's not
you can't say
it cannot
retarded.
be in use.
But
So what's the operative word for retarded these days?
you can't say retarded.
What is the operative word for retarded? So what am I supposed to use?
I think they mentally challenged now. Last I heard they was mentally challenged.
And what's the back dash?
Because they're not disabled anymore.
What? What? What?
They're not disabled. You can't say disabled. What?
So a person with polio is not disabled?
I didn't say that.
I'm trying to find out what you're trying to say. Since we're talking about medical conditions, what do you mean? Mentally challenged, the definition of that prior to mentally challenged was retarded because it's a medical condition.
Listen.
So I'm trying to find out what's politically correct. Not that I really care. So what are we saying?
So all these people are defined under the Federal Disabilities Act, but it's seen as derogatory to refer to them as disabled because many people who have conditions are able to do many things. So they don't want to be called disabled.
So why is the word
And
nigga
so
still
you don't
around
say
me?
retarded
So why is the word
because it's
nigga
seen
still
as a
around me?
derogatory term. You gonna have people calling us and hitting us up saying all kinds of stuff on the comments and stuff that I don't want to have to try to like tell them to go down over somewhere and shut up and sit down.
Well,
You know that's what I'm gonna do.
that's what we're here for. So I'm trying to find out. So if that's a derogatory term, so how's the word nigga still around then? Because that's derogatory, and it does not mean to be
Because you still
applied
got people that still
to.
say it just like you still saying retarded. You can't say retarded.
Well, I'm gonna say retarded because mentally challenged just doesn't hold enough weight for me. I'm sorry, but then I'm not.
I don't know how we got here, y'all.
So we were just asking the question.
Oh,
It's just the opener. We were just asking a question. We were just
Okay.
trying to find out what the correct terminology is for retarded. And you told me mentally challenged, which still means the definition of retarded by medical professionals
Yeah.
before mentally challenged came along. So, okay.
Yeah.
Because a whole bunch of people retarded.
Yeah.
And they ain't got nothing mentally wrong.
But you can't say retarded.
Why not?
Y'all, did y'all hear me tell him he can't say retarded?
Listen, are you the censor police? Are you coming to censor me? I mean, like, we are not backed by anybody. So say what I want to say. And even
okay,
if
so although, listen, okay, although we are not backed by or sponsored by people, okay, you can't say retarded in general. You can't say retarded in general.
Man, look,
referring to people who are mentally challenged.
I didn't refer it to nobody. I used it across the board. I say some people do retarded things. I didn't pick out nobody and say the little boy over there in the corner is retarded. I just use it as a general statement. Some of the stuff that the federal government, some of the stuff that the federal government does is retarded. So,
y'all, yeah, okay, y'all, okay, y'all. I'm trying to get him to see some things here.
Good luck.
That, you know, he can't say things like retarded because y'all get offended when people say things like retarded. And so, you know, I'm trying to get him to see that people's sensibilities on that word or certain words. I'm trying to get him to understand he can't say that.
Well, I got a whole bunch of sensibilities on a whole bunch of different words.
Okay, like what?
Being the shade that I am.
What shade is that?
Dark, brown, colored.
And what that got to do with the price of tea in China?
A whole bunch. Shoot, a whole bunch.
I'm trying to figure out which part.
A whole lot of people will call me derogatory names because of my complexion. But I just tell them to go to hell because I really don't care. Because it ain't gonna hurt my feelings.
So I'm
just saying. Everybody has a sensibility to something and everything in this day and age. So I mean, you know. But one thing people do not have a sensitivity to is Phaeism.
What? I'm sure some people have a sensibility to that.
I'm sure they don't.
Yes, they do.
I'm sure they don't. I'm sure they don't.
I'm sure some people have a sensibility to that.
What would you rather be called? A bewitch or a thought?
Oh, I'm a bitch through and through when I want to be.
Oh, wow. Ooh, really?
When I want to be.
Really? So would you get off on somebody? Would you trip on somebody calling you a bitch?
No.
You wouldn't.
When people call me a bitch, I usually turn around, snap that head. You know how you snap, that sister girl head. And I'd be like, that's Miss Bitch to you. And don't forget it.
This is funny.
Or you gotta do something like this. Yep. I got your bitch.
Oh. So you'll roll with the B, but you won't roll with thought.
Oh, I'll call a man a bitch in a minute.
But I'm saying you wait a minute now. Why you gonna call him man?
I'm just
like, are you serious? Like you just roll around calling men bees?
Let me tell you something. If a man has bitch behavior. He gets
Okay,
called a
stop right there.
bitch.
What is that type of behavior? What is that classified? Not now we're going to get into the
The
real
same
topic.
reason why, okay, it's the same
Like,
thing. The same reason why you might call a woman a bitch. If a man does that same type of stuff where he being a bitch, I call him a bitch.
like,
Bitch.
see, but you know what? I can honestly
And
say
I do
I
it just like
had
that. You see how I did that? Bitch.
listen. I can honestly say I ain't never had to call no woman no bitch.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Because if you gonna let me tell you something. This okay, so okay, let me tell you what it will have. So if you gonna stoop so low as to call me a female dog, because that's what you're calling me, as a dog.
Is that the definition of the word?
That's what a bitch is.
I'm just asking. I'm just trying to make
Yeah.
sure that's the definition of the word.
Yes, it is the
Okay.
female dog.
Okay. Okay. I know that. I'm just saying. I'm just trying
Okay,
to make sure.
so if you're gonna call me a female dog, if you're gonna call me a dog, okay, well, let me show you how a bitch take care of her territory and what she do about herself and her family and everything else. Let me show you how I roar, bitch. Want to see if I bite? Since you calling me a dog?
All right, so this word, so the acronym THOT. What you think about that? I mean, like a lot of
So,
people, we use this word a lot in society these days. I mean, you know, you got a whole bunch of different acronyms that describes women's behavior and characters or what they do. What is a thought to you?
so, so, so this goes to tell you how um, pop culture, how pop culture just kind of defines our life, right? Because, okay, Chief Keef,
Mm-hmm.
he was just singing a song about that hoe over there.
Mm-hmm. Chance the Rapper made it famous. Most of these guys was out of Chicago, and
Just
some
like
of them the chick that was
people
out of
weren't really
Chicago.
using thug till Tupac came up with Thug Life,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was just an acronym that he used in his song. And then they just started calling everybody a thot.
So so
That hoe over there at them. And then when you put the S, now see, this is what's confusing. When you put the S at the end to make it plural, it doesn't line up with the acronym. So the acronym is plural, but still it doesn't line up exactly with what it means. So, because when it's
why
plural,
come it don't?
it's them whores. No, I'm sorry, not whores. Them hoes. So that's where the S is right there, hoes. The S need to be at the end with the thought after the T and the S. See, that's the teacher part of me with the grammar and all of that.
Well, technically, the THOTS thought, I mean, without the S, is short for thotties. So when it's plural, it's actually when there's more than one, you're saying thotties. But when it's one, it's just thought.
Well, it's them hoes over. It's them hoes over there.
Yeah, thotties
it's the thought, and then
right.
that hoe over there.
Right.
But see, okay. So first of all, some of the things in pop culture would not become popular if some of the derogatory things of pop culture would not become popular and part of our society if the group that it is derogatory about would not embrace it.
Right.
Right. So you have women who embrace thoughism.
Yeah, and live up to
Look at
that.
here, we making up words today. We making up words.
And live up to it. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So So see, I have a so I have a problem with the S part, right? But I also have a part with the HO because it's HOE the way they spell it, HOE, and that's a garden tool.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's what you know, the little thing look like a little shovel, but with an edge, but not a shovel.
I know
And
what
that's what you and you hack the dirt like that.
I know.
That's a hoe.
I know what you mean.
So see, so I have a problem, but it's
that's
pop
why we
culture.
have. That's why we
I
have.
gotta keep up.
That's why we have the Urban Dictionary, because some of the words that you have in the Urban Dictionary is not defined by the where it came, where it has derived from. So you think about when you look up the word furnace in the Urban Dictionary, it's talking about the inner parts of a woman. It's called a furnace. So I mean, you think about that, you know,
the good thing about us being live, our listeners, they get to see my Charlie Brown face. Here you go, y'all.
I'm just telling you what it is. I mean, so now my thing is like, here we go. So what constitutes a person to be a thought? What are some of the characteristics that you have to exude to be a thought?
I don't know. Can you tell me? Can you enlighten me? Because I'm still on hold.
Because you're still a hoe. Been hoeing since 79.
I'm still on hold, being incorrect.
So I mean, like, so some of the things that I looked up about being a thought is a person that rocks knockoff bags, you know, a person that
like, ooh, it's a lot a
person that rocks knockoff
bags.
Listen, and then another one, it says a person who usually wears tight-fitting leggings.
But all leggings are tight fitting.
But that's what I'm saying. So leggings that are tight fitting. Then another person it describes them as a person who has colorful tattoos. I'm not colorful tattoos, but colorful hair, but tattoos with the inaction of love, but not really understanding the definition of love. A person who wears hooped earrings. Hey, these are all the definitions that I looked up about.
Y'all, I got leggings on today.
This is all so.
I got leggings on today, y'all. I got leggings on today.
Listen, so I'm trying to figure out what if that was.
Wait, can y'all see it? He said tattoo.
Listen. So I'm trying to figure out if that is the marquee for thotties, then that's a whole bunch of people.
Okay, so listen. Okay, that's a lot of people. I'm gonna need you to break it down more than that.
I can't. That's the definition that they gave. That's the definition they gave. Like so another definition is how many bodies do you have?
How many bodies?
Yeah, not murders. How many people you didn't actually knocked off, you didn't have sex with in like a certain span of time.
Oh.
So how many bodies do you have? So a person that has, say for instance, 10 in a week, you would think that is considered a thought. But my thing is, I think that projection is based off the person who's doing it. If you say, okay, I can, my limit is 10 in a week, I gotta stay under 10 to not be a thought, then that's just based off of what you think. If your limit is 25 in a week, that's your limit. So who actually constitute those people as being thoughts, and what is some of the thought criteria that you must adhere to with the thought policies to be a thought.
Can men be thots?
I'm sure that they can.
So
the difference is a man is not going to be looked down by nobody else. He's going to get a high five from other guys about knocking somebody out, and instead of a woman being a thought, she's going to be talked about. That's the unjustness in the society.
No justice, no peace. Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know nothing about that.
Okay, so
I don't think thoughtism has a problem with being peaceful, because somebody peaceful to be a thought.
do thots make money being thots?
Now, I think that would border on the point of prostitution.
Okay, so I'm trying to understand. Thots are not formally prostitutes, or they're not actively doing prostitution work, as in getting paid for their multiple sex acts.
Now that I don't know, because you can say that some are getting paid something, some form of money or some gifts or something. Some guy is giving them, or
who determines that the girl is a thought? Like, is there a thought registry?
That's what I'm trying to find out. I don't know. Do you have to register to be a thought?
Like, can you just decide I'm a thought and then that makes it so?
I'm going with that one. I'm going that you decide that you're gonna be a thought, and you just gonna have whole like tendencies and go out and do whatever the hell you want.
Oh, it's self-proclaimed thought.
I think so. I think it can be a self-proclaimed and a person who names another person a thought because of their activity. I think it goes both ways.
Okay, y'all see I'm confused, right?
But see, listen. Okay, like that's why I say we need to understand, like, what is thoughtism? Thougtism. We gotta.
Okay, so we back to this hope, because you're saying that they hope. You say that hope, the one over there. That hope.
Yeah, but think about it. Because you do hoish like tendencies doesn't mean that you get paid for it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So the thought don't get paid.
They might not. They might be doing it just because they like to do it. So that wouldn't make them a prostitute, because you ain't getting no money for it. A prostitute is getting paid money for their services. So if you're getting paid money for something that caused you to take off all your clothes, then that's prostitution.
Why the stripper got to be a hoe because she get paid to take her clothes off?
But see, listen, that's the thing. A hoe is going in. She's going all the way. A stripper gets paid just to take off her clothes. But if she makes more money screwing a guy, then that will put her in the category as a hoe.
Yeah, we need y'all to tell us, help to chime in here. Like, okay, so here's the whole thing is bothering me.
Why?
So I looked up whore, because I want to know exactly what a whore.
That's an old word. That word is old.
Because I don't know why we couldn't have said harlot. Why we couldn't have said that harlot over there.
Wait a minute. Now you jumping into biblical terms. Don't nobody know nothing about no harlot. That's super old.
So a whore is a person who engages in sex acts for money. A prostitute, a disparaging and offensive word, a person who is sexually promiscuous. That's a whore. Now, you know me now. we gotta go to the root of the word. Okay.
Right.
We gotta go to the root of the word because I be wanting to know why these words are bad. Like why the connotation of them is bad. Like I be wanting to know why it's a bad word.
Right. Me too.
Okay. So it's from the Old English for H-O with the little squiggly line R-E.
Mm-hmm.
The Germanic root ho, H-O, not with the little line over the top.
Right.
Not H-O-E, H-O with this suffix H-O-R. So Germanic root is what kind of like went forward with this word, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So now it developed from the Proto-Indo-European root ka, which means to like or desire. Now that appears in the Latin as carus, dear, beloved, expensive.
Kairos is actually like you say is Latin and is also a form of love.
Okay. Now, see where I'm going with this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Now, caritas, the noun,
Mm-hmm.
love, affection, high price.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And through the old French charity, meaning Christian love. So car, K-A-R with a little line over it.
Mm-hmm.
Also in the Celtic language as cara, C-A-R-A,
mm-hmm.
in Irish, and car, C-A-R in Welsh. It means friend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So check this out. In biblical terms, you have 4 definitions of the word love. One I don't remember, but I might remember it. I don't know. The first one is agape love, meaning unconditional. No matter what happens, that a person loves you unconditionally. The next one is filio. Filio means brotherly love. That's where we get our city, the city of Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. Then you have eros. Eros is erotica. That's where we get the definition of pornography from. Because it's an erotic love. It's not a love that you just actually in tune and love a person genuinely. It's not that. It's you love their physicality. That's erotica. So that's erotica of love, where we get our, like I say, our definition of pornography from. And then the other one that you were talking about is kairos. Kairos is a form of just like a love, just like, I guess you can say, just a genuine love of something. You can love the taste of this and love the taste of that. So those are the 4 definitions, even in biblical terms, that you have, and all those play a part in the human nature of something. So you think about, like, when you're talking about a thought and you say a thought, do you really love a thought? No. So that would be erotica. You just love how she looked, and you want to go ahead and smash her and bang her back in.
So we back to my first comment that the word doesn't necessarily have to mean, the word whore didn't necessarily have to mean bad. Like, yeah, she's sleeping around.
Ain't that bad?
Huh?
Ain't that bad?
Yeah, that's bad.
Oh, so what is bad mean? Like,
I'm talking about the where it derives from.
Oh, okay. I'm like, okay.
If you look at where it derives from, we made it bad.
Well, I mean, that's the nature of people. You know what I'm saying? You can take something that's good and turn it upside down, and it means a totally different thing. And that's what I think where, the language loses different things as it goes on, where it originated from the origin of something may have meant one thing where it started, because you think you have Webster Merriam-Webster gets its words from the Latin and Greek connotation of that origin. That's where most words derive from, is Latin and Greek. And what it meant then and what it means now is two different things. And words transform through generations to mean different things. So like we were talking about earlier in the week, and we was talking about the word punk. If you look at an old definition in the dictionary, the word punk means a piece of wood, a short piece of wood. But we changed it into a form of being soft, being not hard, a person that's a pushover. They take pretty much anything, but that's not the origin of the word. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you have those people use things and just change the meaning of them through time. So I listen. So my next question is this: like when so to be a thought, how high does your body count have to be?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, because you can have a thought that sleep with as many people as a whore.
Okay, so how many people does a whore sleep with?
Exactly. It's like that. It's like that. It's like that Tootsie Roll commercial. It's
Nobody knows.
It's like the Tootsie Roll commercial.
The world may never know. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know. Hey, listen. So in all actuality, so you have a thought, a hoe, and a whore. So what's the difference between the hoe and the whore?
Oh, so apparently, okay. So I've heard people say that there's a difference. Okay. Apparently, the whore is the one who gets the money.
Okay.
The thought, I don't know what she do. I ain't figured that out yet. That's why we having this conversation.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like,
and apparently the hoe is just like, she just sleep around.
Yeah. But
now I thought the hoe and the thought was the same thing, but you saying the thought do something else.
So thoughts get money, but not all thoughts get money. But thoughts do get gifts. Now, what those gifts are can range from a person buying them tennis shoes, outfits, getting their hair done, and all this. And back in the day, you would know a good old word would be a trick. So a trick is a person who's paying for this person to get whatever they need so he can eventually sleep with them.
So okay, so I'm confused.
So women on the street, when it came to prostitution, when guys were pimping women, they called the woman a trick because she was turning tricks to get paid.
What kind of tricks? What kind of tricks?
Oh, you know what kind of tricks she was tricking.
But okay, I have questions. So now I want to know why it's called trick, because it ain't no trick to gap your legs open and have sex.
No, but it's just
that ain't no magic trick.
like you think about like the guys that used to be back in the day when they was doing what they was doing. When guys would pull up and holler at women or whatever, you know, they'll basically be selling them a pipe dream. Oh yeah, I can do this. It's turning tricks. A trick is something, it don't mean that like tricks are for kids. It ain't saying that. It's saying trick is something that you're doing to obtain money from a sexual partner or
Okay.
person.
So you're saying if they're turning tricks, that means they're going through the revolving door of clients.
Right. Right.
Got it. See, I had to put that in plain, correct English.
If a person, you remember years ago, it was a woman named by the name of Heidi Flight.
Yeah, Heidi Flight. Mm-hmm.
She was an escort service. They call it escort because it was legal to a degree the way she had it set up. But the interim of that was basically she was sending women out to actually turn tricks for clients for money. Which falls back into what you said about prostitution.
Okay, so here's some. Okay, listen, y'all. Okay, Insane Rhetoric listeners, you know, we want y'all to be informed on every level. Listen, y'all. So, trick. Okay. 1915. With regards to prostitution, that it was first used in 1915 with regards to prostitution. But prior to that, as early as 1865, trick referred to robbery.
See?
So listen, are the whores robbing the men for their money? I guess if they're not good at sex, but they supposed to be good at their job, right?
Yeah, like, yeah, but you have people in situations that they went down to different places, and I remember hearing stories about this stuff growing up. Guys went down to different places, and then they paid women the money, but then the women ran off. So that's robbery.
They tricked the men. They told the men they was gonna have sex with them, and they tricked them. And
so that's why they call it tricking. Because
there we go, y'all.
If you wouldn't,
we still ain't finished that though, y'all. But we getting there. We getting there. Okay.
So if you wasn't up on the game to know how it was supposed to be played, and you was what older people used to call people green, then that hoe beat you for your money, and she tricked you.
But thoughts are not tricking anybody. Thoughts are actually going along with the program of whomever they're with, right?
Right. But like I said,
so why you calling them a hoe then?
But that's what we're trying to find out. What category is there? 3 categories. You said one could be possibly a hoe, the other one is a prostitute, then we got THOT. So we trying to figure out, is that a split category between the two?
Sometimes maybe hoe is the main category, and then THOT is like a subcategory,
like a corporation.
Or maybe THOT is
you have the corporation, then you have subsidiaries. So it's not a subsidiary of the corporation. Oh. I'm sure we try to find out. We try to
figure it out, y'all.
Yeah, because it's crazy. Because it's like, you know, you got people out here that's doing these type of situations, you know, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna say to this, like, I think that's like a self-esteem issue. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like we love having fun here on Insane Rhetoric.
Right, we having fun, y'all, but let me tell y'all, this came up because we were talking about, you know, we've been talking about what we're gonna talk about on here, and it came up because we were talking about women being objectified
Right.
and some of the things that happen in that process of women being objectified, some of the different things that women do, some of the different things that men do to women that objectify women. This is how this topic came up.
Right.
And we decided we want to try to break down thought, because it just does not make sense why a woman would do that to herself. Why would she? I said it at the beginning. Why would a group of women encourage that rapper who came out with that? Why would they grasp that and hold on to that and move forward with that for their 15 minutes of fame?
Right. I mean, and it's crazy because, you know, that I'm venturing out to say this. We know people that have been degraded in that situation and stuff like that, even for less than money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew people growing up who would get down with you for a rolled blunt because you had a nice car, because you took them out to eat somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, okay, this that guy, he got that bread. You know what I'm saying? But that's just simple things. That ain't nothing like that you should like bend over for, unless you just ain't never experienced nothing like that before. I don't know. Like, I mean,
you know, I was a young mother.
To me, the scope of what some of these women think about what they need to do is so low that they're willing to take anything because they don't have nothing or think that they're not even worth anything. I beg to differ on that. I think that you're worth more than what you do, you know, but you just got to find your niche and what you like to do and promote that, because I believe that if there are so many young people out there that are Black and beautiful that have business minds like nobody has seen, but if you don't cultivate that to find out what you're really about, then you will keep that scope low. And then you, every time you go out and get a new Louis bag, you think you hit your mark. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that ain't where it's at for real. You know, real talk. That's not where it's at all.
I was a young mother before I even knew this next term I'm gonna tell you. So okay. I think I told y'all this in a previous episode.
I know that next term. I can guess it.
So okay, y'all. Let me tell y'all. What I used to do was, okay, I didn't have a job. And I think I told y'all this before, I'm not sure, in season 1. I didn't have a job. And my daughter was very little. My oldest daughter was very little. And so what I used to do, I lived in this neighborhood where the people used to, okay, they was a little unsavory. And I didn't grow up like that, and I was scared at first, right? But then I had some people that would be in the neighborhood that looked out for me because I wasn't like them, okay? And so, because I was always talking to people, okay, y'all know I talk a lot, okay? And so, listen, on Friday night, the people would be out and they would be partying. So on early Saturday morning, I would get up with my daughter and take a walk. And while I was walking, I had a big trash bag and I used to put the cans in the trash bag. Okay. On Saturday night, the people used to party. And so on Sunday morning, before we went to church, I would go outside and pick up all the cans, put them in the trash bag, and I would save the trash can. I would save the cans, and I would take the cans, and then I would sell the cans, and I would buy the ingredients for cookies. And the people in the neighborhood called me the cookie lady because I would make cookies and sell the cookies to make money. Okay.
What kind of cookies were you making? Were they like
I made oatmeal cookies. I made chocolate chip cookies.
You missed it. But
different like some had nuts in them, some didn't, some had raisins, some didn't. I made cookies. And I made sugar cookies.
You made real cookies.
I made real cookies. Like stirring
Listen,
the
I
dough
I
cookies.
was referring to like cakes and pies. When you talk about cakes and pies, that's like in the trap world, that's drugs. So you right,
Y'all
you
see my
right
Charlie
real.
Brown face?
You went baking pies.
No, I was actually making cookies, like selling them by the dozen
Oh,
cookies.
oh, selling them down a dozen and by the pound, huh?
Charlie Brown face, y'all. Okay, so they was calling me the cookie lady because I sold these cookies. I'm gonna tell you, it was out of the mouth of babe that I started selling the cookies because I was like worried about not having a job and I was stirring them cookies. And this little girl used to come, she used to come play with my daughter, and she was like eating the cookies. And she was like, you know what? You ought to sell the cookies. I bet my brother buy some cookies. She went upstairs, she got her brother bought all my cookies. Then the next thing I know, people was asking me to make cookies, and then they just started calling me cookie lady. One day I started working, but I was still making the cookies. And when I came home from work, I heard this big booming voice say, "Hey, cookie lady," like real deep voice. It was this man wanting some cookies. Like I was the cookie lady. Okay, but anyway, so the point I was trying to make was I used to sell these cans. So one day, I used to go pick up these cans. So one day I was walking, picking up cans in the neighborhood and talking to the Chinese people about how they make their hair shiny and just talking to people in the neighborhood. That's okay, that's what I do. And so I was pushing my little stroller, and it was a lady on the corner, and she had just provided a service for a gentleman with his genitalia and her mouth. And this man had let her go, made his transaction, and then he called her. Here you go. Here, I know y'all was waiting for it because I told a long story to get there. He called her a $2 hoe. I was so dumb and naive. I was like, "What's a $2 hoe, sir?"
Oh.
He said, he said, it was a black neighborhood. So he was like, "Oh, mama." Because I had my baby, I had my baby. He was, "Oh, mama." I told you the people, they respected me. He was like, the people didn't bother me. The people didn't bother me. Okay. And he was like, "Well, mama." Okay. Yeah, we live. Okay, sorry. He was like, "Well, mama." She wanted, because I knew he was a crack dealer, you know. And he was like, "Well, mama," she wanted some crack. And
And she
all
didn't
she
have
had
no
was
money
$2. So I made her provide that service for me. He
for the
didn't say
other
it like
eight.
that. I'm not
For
gonna
the
say it right now, but
for the other eight.
yeah. And I listen, I said, so she only got $2 for that? Like I was serious. I was like, she only got $2 for that?
No, but see, she didn't get no money. She didn't get no money. You missing his connotation. She only had $2 for the product that she wanted to buy. She didn't get nothing out of that but the product at the end of that service. And he took her $2. That brings up an interesting point. So let's do a little history. At the beginning of the Reagan era, Reagan declared war on drugs. This was the 80s, going into the 90s, when drugs were crazy. And they had just figured out, you got to remember, coming out of the 80s, the 70s, going into the 80s, into the 90s, the 70s were disco times. And a lot of people know all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? But just for recall and namesake. In the 70s, it was flat out cocaine. And a lot of people were on straight powdered cocaine. The problem with that was at the time, cocaine was like $90 a gram. That's high. So Black people were on cocaine too, but they couldn't afford it like their counterparts, the white people, because most of them were rich and had the money to do it. So they came up with the ability to rock up the cocaine, which transformed the game. It made it super popular to be hooked on it, but it was also cheaper than plain uncut cocaine. This is where Reagan comes in and says, we declare war on drugs and blah, blah, blah. Before that, prostitutes was making money hand over fist doing what they did. But then when most of them started getting hooked on drugs and crack cocaine, the price of prostitution fell like the stock market.
Okay, so listen. Okay, so we need to make this shout out to Grandmaster UV. He said stripper commander, but they should film it.
Okay.
Okay, Grandmaster UV. We watching, we listening. Come on. Look, you need to go over to our Real Talk page, or send us some comments here. Send us some more comments because his name is Grandmaster UV. We got you. We got you.
Grandmaster UV. That's what's up. That's what's up.
That's what's up.
So I mean, you think about it, like that Reagan era. That's what brought prostitution down to where it is now. So they used to be $20, $40, now they $2. You know what I'm saying? Because they be so in need of that chemical that they're willing to do what is called turning tricks to get whatever they need to make them feel better. That's short in a nutshell. So I mean,
we got you. Okay, we got you, son. Okay, we got you, Grandmaster V. Come on with it. What else you got to say about the thought? Tell us what you got to say about the thought.
So that's what it is. I mean, you looking at certain things like this is what they do. So thoughttism, when you talking about thoughts, they might get money, they might not. They might get the feeling with no money. Just depends. It is what it is. I don't know.
Okay, but I think I'd rather have a knockoff bag rather than $2 crack rock.
Well,
I'm just saying, if I was gonna do all of
that, you're not dependent on drugs either.
That would be correct. I'm not drug
so I mean, we can't make that comparison with you because you're not on drugs.
Okay, so is it a requirement of the thought? Because every time I watch the video, and Grandmaster UV, you can come in on this one. Is it the requirement of the thought? Because when I see it in the video, they all got thongs on and they all twerking. Is that part of the thoughtism? Is that they have to twerk and wear thongs? And
like you try, listen. Prostitution is like any other market. You have to sell it. if you can't
so that's how you sell it. You wear some thongs. But they don't be having on no Victoria's Secret though. They be having on the. But
you selling a product. You're selling a product. Some things can sell themselves, and you don't even need to market it because when they see it, it's going to sell themselves. I mean, and prostitution has always been that way. You know what I'm saying? You a person like we were talking about a while ago when you go into, we was talking about an innkeeper. An innkeeper had two things. He had prostitution and he had alcohol. Those two things are synonymous with each other. So
Okay, well,
when you go,
Grandmaster UV say that's the way. That he say that's what we doing. We okay.
so I mean that's what it comes down to. It's all about the market and how it sells. Regardless of what you say, sex sells. Period. Your
Okay,
bill.
so Grandmaster UV agree with you. He say it's an honorable service. He say
Well,
being a whore is an honorable service. I guess if you're in the inn with the innkeeper and you providing the service of whorism.
I mean that's what it is. I mean you offering a service to make bread. I mean,
But
if
see,
you ain't,
but we talking about the whore making this money and this service. The thought is not providing a service unless it's for comic relief, because the man clearly doesn't respect her if he's calling her a thought and a hoe.
well,
And
does a
he
man
not
respect?
giving her
Does
money. She not
does a
getting no
man?
money
But
from
does
it.
a
She
man
not getting
respect?
nothing from it. She
But
just providing comic relief. So
but
she's
does a
still
man respect?
objectifying her body.
Does
She's
a
still objectifying her body.
does a man respect a prostitute? No, he doesn't.
But he pays for that service. Just
Right,
like
but that don't
Grandmaster
mean
UV
that
say it's
don't
an
mean
honorable
that
service.
don't
It's an
mean he
honorable
respects them.
service.
But that don't mean he respects them.
He ain't got to respect. It's a business transaction with a
But that's
whore.
what I'm saying. That's what
But
I'm
you're
saying
saying
to
the
you.
thought
A
just hanging
thought, a
around just to
thought.
be hanging around, so
But
she
see,
could say
that's what
she
I'm
was
saying
hanging
to
out
you.
with Drake.
A thought will get money in certain situations. A thought may receive gifts in certain situations. It depends on that particular thought.
Okay, well, Grandmaster UV say you gonna give a girl money anyway. Might as well give it to him.
and look, Grandmaster UV, I appreciate you, man, because you think about it. Anything that you do, when you take a woman out, you're spending money. Period. Period, flat out. If you're trying to get at a woman, you're going to take her out to eat. You're going to take her to the movies. You're going to take her to play miniature golf or whatever it is you want to show her a good time. When it really comes down to, is that still tricky? Because
That's what I was gonna say. Why you gonna call my mama a trick? Why you calling my mama a trick? Because my daddy gave her stuff. Like, why you gonna call my mama a trick in the
But you're
house?
spending bread.
You talking about my mama?
I might be.
Oh. Ooh. Okay, y'all go.
If you putting them shoes on her feet, then I guess I might be. So I'm just simply saying, anyway.
But why she gotta? I just don't understand why women must objectify themselves in order for men to respond to them. I just don't understand that.
Well, I think that, like I say, I think that plays into a part of having low self-esteem and how you was brought up. If you were brought up to respect who you are and make your own way and cut out your own path and do whatever it is you want to do in life, then your role is to make sure that you accomplish those things. But when you have people that have been put in situations where it comes down to critical hard times, daddies hasn't been there, because that's a whole nother episode right there. Daddies have not been in kids' lives and there is no structure, then there's going to be an issue with how that woman grows up, because she's going to be missing something. And to find it, you're going to pretty much go anywhere and do anything to see if you can find what you should have had when you were growing up. And then in the interim of that, you figure out, I can make money shaking my behind. I can make money giving this up.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to it, if you good at it, you'll make a whole bunch of money behind it if you about your money.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, okay. Okay, thoughts of the world. Thoughts of the world.
Thotties.
I don't know, y'all. I just think y'all need. I just think that y'all need to find another way rather than objectifying yourself with, your butt all out all the time, and you know, you just hanging on this man who is not there to really see you for who you really are.
You know what bothers me? You know what bothers me? Like what's crazy to me? All thoughts don't have bad bodies.
Well, why would they have a bad body?
No, what I mean, like built right, just together. Everything.
Oh, you mean
together.
good as in bad, bad as in good.
Yeah. All of them don't like, because everybody ain't supposed to be in spandex.
That I would agree with you.
I'm just saying. That's just my connotation, though. You know what I'm saying? That's
so Grandmaster UV said that you said that you're gonna pay a girl money anyway, might as well give it to him. Grandmaster UV say that there was a woman in Italy who said that.
I mean, and he would be right. He would be right. You listen, regardless of how you come across, you gonna spend money. A guy told me years ago who was in the military, he say, man, I live out my house, one room in my house. There is nothing else on in my house. I have a heater and books in my one room. Turned his hot water off and everything. The point that I'm making here is he found shelter in one room of his house. He said, because it saves me money. He said, anytime you leave the house, you're going to spend money. Flat. Now, what you spend it on when you get out the house is your decision.
Yeah.
But you're gonna spend
some
money.
People use it for whores.
And Grandmaster UV is right. If you doing that, then you might as well just give them the bread. Because the crazy part about it is that woman know what you after. It ain't like she's dumb to the fact to not know what you after.
Yeah.
And the killing part is, if you just say what you after, 9 times out of 10, they'll probably go down that way with you, instead of you trying to sit up here and promise everybody the sun, moon, and freaking stars that you ain't got no connection to. So, I mean, women ain't crazy. If you shoot your shot and say what it is, the only thing they're gonna tell you is yes or no.
So Grandmaster UV say just pay for the woman to live like a princess or a queen. Just go and do that.
Well, listen, Grandmaster UV, I can't go down that way with you, man. Listen, I can agree with a lot you saying right now, but that one right there has to stop. Because because my thing is, are they gonna pay me to live like I need to live?
Oh, here we go.
I'm just saying, real talk. Are you gonna pay me like? Are they gonna pay me like I need to live?
So that's a whole nother topic, because
that's
they
what I'm
supposed
saying.
To be paying you. That's a whole nother topic.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a whole nother topic, because they ain't supposed to pay you. You the man.
Why they ain't supposed to pay?
I'm just saying is you don't want me to talk about that today, because it's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like that show we did in season 1 about abortion.
No, it ain't, because we ain't going down that road. I'm just simply, but why they ain't gotta pay? See, women have fought.
No. I didn't say, listen, I'm not saying that a woman cannot pay for a date. I'm not saying that a woman cannot take a guy out. I'm not saying that.
So what are you saying?
Grandmaster UV is correct. Because you're going to get way more out of that woman. I don't know. Did your grandmother say stuff like, you catch more flies with honey?
Yeah, she said that.
Okay. You're going to get way more out of that woman. You're going to get way more gifts. You're going to get way more sex. You're going to get way more whatever you want. When you step up to the plate as a man and do what Grandmaster UV say, just go and treat her like a princess anyway.
So that means
I'm just telling you, real women and good women see a real man, and they see a real man, and they see a good man for who he is. So like You
So
gonna
the
get
man,
you
so
you
the
gonna
man
get
that's a
gifts
king,
if you
so the
like.
man that's a king, you're trying to tell me that he's going to be demoted to a prince because he's not living up to the expectation of a woman?
I didn't say anything about demotion.
But that's what you're saying, because you're
No,
saying,
it's not.
no,
No,
what
it's
you're
not.
saying,
I said go ahead on and
listen,
treat her
what
like
you,
she is your queen,
right,
because that's what she's going to do, is
but
treat you like your king, like
but
the king you are.
if he's still a king and he's not being having that reciprocated back to him,
I
then
just said,
he's
but
less of
I'm
what
not
he.
talking about a. I'm not talking. Here we go with the B word. I ain't talking about a bitch that don't. I said a real woman, a good woman, a
I
real
heard
woman.
you.
She is going to treat that man the way she is supposed to treat that man, like the king he is. Now, if she's a bitch on the street and she just dumb as,
but see, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, then he need to kick her to the curb.
When you said queen, like I supposed to go ahead and go all in, and
she will go all in.
Oh, okay. Then you need to just make
You're
that
not
clear,
listening.
because
I'm gonna need you to, like I tell my children,
listen,
I'm gonna need you to put your listening ears on.
because when you were saying it to, like, the way you said it was like that he would be less than that, and that's why I was making that point, because I'm like, hold on.
I don't know what point you was making wrong, because I didn't say that. I said once he go ahead on and do what he's supposed to do, a real woman sees real men and she will step forward.
But see, that's what I'm saying. So a woman can get money doing what she do, but a man can't get money doing what he do.
If a man is a whore, a gigolo, whatever he is, and it's plenty women, it's plenty sugar mamas out there. And they tricks too.
Oh, okay. I'm just making I'm just making sure that this is across the board, because
we can't compare apples and oranges. That's two different things.
That's what I'm saying.
Grandmaster UV talking about you going on as a man and going on taking that woman and treating her like a queen, and that woman who is a real woman will also in turn treat you, if she real, she will in turn treat you like a king. But if everybody just want to be a hoe,
I'm with that.
That's a whole nother game.
Listen, in the day and age that we're living in, that's what you have. Because it's hard.
It's hard out here for a pimp. Oh,
it's hard.
Okay, I was starting to sing the Hustle and Flow song.
Listen, it's hard.
I'm sorry. I went there for a minute. I went to the Hustle and Flow song. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
I heard it.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I think you have you're right. Women have fought for equality forever. So I think that you should be an equal opportunist in the things that you do on both sides of the spectrum.
And they are beginning to do that.
Absolutely.
And I do think that on some level, these women that are being called THOTs today and who are living their best thought life.
Not thought life, thought life.
Thought life. Okay. I think on some level they feel empowered to do that.
I agree.
Like I don't think that they actually see it as being objectified. I think that's the problem. They don't see it. Their mind's eye doesn't see it as they are being objectified. They feel empowered that this is what they want to do, and therefore they do it.
Once again, you own a business in what you are doing. That is your business. You are the CEO, the CFO, and the treasurer of that company. And you're doing whatever it is you need to do to make your company successful. That's a nice term, and put it in corporate structure, ain't it?
Yeah, we've been doing that all day. We've been putting in corporate.
So, I mean, if your business is flourishing by what you do, who's knocking you? Because at the end of the day, you going out, getting out them cheap knockoff bags, and you going to get a real Louis bag.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it must be working for you. Because I don't think this is one thing I don't believe. I don't think people do things continuously if it's not working for them.
Right.
So
yeah.
Now I need to know a statistic of how much Thotism brings in per year.
I don't think they've studied that to that point. They probably they can't tell you how much horism brings in.
I don't think. I bet it runs the same.
It's so much cash money flowing through that.
I bet it runs the same as drugs. I bet
if not more.
If not more. I bet you. I would love for somebody to hit me up with a statistic on that.
Because by the time you have horism added to sex trafficking, because remember that show we did in season 1 about sex trafficking, those chicks over there in London, those African women over there in London.
Yeah.
So by the time you put horism coupled with sex trafficking, that's big business.
Yeah. And that's why it has continued to grow like it is. And that's why I say, like I say, you think about the porn industry. The porn industry makes trillions, if not billions of dollars a year.
They probably could cover our gross national debt.
I'm pretty sure that they could probably bail it out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that they can probably bail it out.
Well, y'all, I don't know if we're gonna get to the end of the Thotism. I don't.
Yeah, we need to make a part 2 of this, man. Like this, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So okay, so before we go, y'all probably noticed I got on my Bengals jersey today. Cause y'all know we've said it here many times. My favorite team is the Houston Oilers. They don't exist.
Does not exist.
And I like the Dallas Cowboys.
In over 30-some years.
I just can't go there. I like the Dallas Cowboys, but I just can't go there. And well, the Texans, I've just never been able to really get on that bandwagon, but I wear a shirt. I got a shirt. And I try to support my home team, but my team is really the Houston Oilers. But they don't exist.
They don't even make a jersey for them.
They have throwback jerseys.
For the Houston Oilers?
For the Houston Oilers.
How much is that?
If y'all want to send me one, y'all can send me an Earl Campbell or a Warren Moon.
How much is that jersey worth?
I think it's a couple $100.
Because they've been out of business for what?
But they got them.
But that's amazing. I mean, I guess it would be a retro jersey.
Yeah.
How long they been disenfranchised? For about 20, 30 years?
You know what? For real. I don't know how long it's been. It's been like a bowl of Wolf Brand chili. That's too long.
Because I mean, you got to think, is Warren Moon still alive?
You know what? Why you had to go there?
I'm just asking. This is an NFL question. I haven't researched Warren Moon in a long time because I know Warren Moon and Randall Cunningham were some of the best black quarterbacks when they started letting black quarterbacks be.
Yeah, we talked about that this season. Remember, we talked about that during the second season. But why you got to go there with Warren Moon, man?
I'm just asking because he got to be like
trying to make me cry or something.
I'm just asking a question.
I mean, why would you do that? He's only 65 years old.
Huh?
He's only 65 years old. He probably got CTE though, but
everybody has CTE these days.
You know, I think everybody in the NFL has CTE. But anyway, I got my Bengals jersey on, y'all. Let me tell y'all why I got my Bengals jersey on. Okay, so
because they playing tomorrow.
Because you know we did the show about the Bengals and the Antonio Brown. Was it No, who was it?
Antonio Brown.
Was he the one that was playing the Bengals and they got mad because the Bengals won the playoff season for the first time in 30 some odd years?
No, I mean Antonio.
Was that the game? Wasn't that the game?
Yeah,
when he took his shirt off.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay was playing.
Yeah. And they wouldn't let him play. He says.
Yeah. What is that the right one?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So I got my Okay, y'all, it's a long story. I'm not gonna tell y'all this story because it's a long story. But okay, so I had this Bengals jersey a long, long time. And I wear it. And when I'm in Houston, people are like, Bengals, Ohio, you in Houston. Why you not wearing Texas jersey? Long story. Been had it for a long time. Wear it all the time. I always get the same response. But now the Bengals winning. So I got my Bengals jersey on because they playing tomorrow, y'all.
We're not going
Go Bengals!
We're not going to say they're winning. They have won a few games to get them in the wild card position.
They in the playoffs.
They're in the playoffs, no doubt about it. But
they in the playoffs.
So now I'm gonna help you out. Who is the quarterback?
You gonna help me?
Who is the quarterback for Cincinnati?
Don't know.
Okay, so Joe Burrows is the quarterback for Cincinnati.
Okay.
Okay, so so
that's the guy we talked about doing the show, right? When because they was trying to sack him and all that, and they was getting mad because he didn't throw the ball, and they got mad because he threw the ball, and they said he was out of bounds, and he wasn't out of bounds.
I think he wasn't. Yeah, that's the game.
Was that game. He threw the ball. He twisted his body like he was like, and threw the ball while he was up in the air. And then
the
he
receiver caught it in mid-stride and
out of bounds.
They thought he was out of bounds and he wasn't.
And he wasn't out of bounds. And then they was like, need to take it away from him. Get flag on the play. And we did a whole show about the flag on the play.
Yeah, so that's
okay. So I got my Bengals jersey.
Now you know the quarterback for Cincinnati, so you can at least say you know somebody.
Because this jersey I got on, this person don't even play for them no more.
I know they don't.
This is green.
Yeah, I know they don't. Yeah, that's been some years ago. That's what's up. Okay.
Yeah. So, but I got my Bengals jersey on. Go Bengals! Hope you win. Since I can't root for the Houston Oilers.
They ain't there no way. Neither is the Texans.
Grandmaster UV, you come hit us up next week. Next week we're gonna be back live. Hope you come back and talk to us again. And y'all, we gotta go because we've been talking. We gotta go.
Yeah, but, we gotta get out of here.
But remember, at midnight, change happens. And listen, like we always say, just remember to enjoy the ride. That is insane rhetoric, baby.
Don't forget to subscribe and follow.
Subscribe, follow us, like us on Facebook, on Instagram. Oh, so listen, y'all, we do this podcast quite a few days a week. And you can hear that podcast audio only, but you can hear that podcast on a lot of different podcast hosts. So y'all go listen to us.
Insane Rhetoric with a K, because we crazy. We didn't spell it the right way.
Y'all can see it. See? Y'all can see it.
Insane Rhetoric.
Baby. Peace.
We out.
Yeah, we gotta go. Because we got things to do. Sure I'm surprised. Why y'all didn't ask me about my birthday? Last week was my birthday. Okay. Well, I probably don't need to tell y'all what I did on my birthday. Okay.
Probably want to keep that to yourself.